Students, sorry I'm not there today. My son woke up sick, so I'm going to have you do something we would normally do in a couple days. I'm going to have you graph 3 sets of data electronically. Now, you can do this in your calculator if you know how to, or I'm going to show you how to do it on Desmos, and finally, if that doesn't work for you, Excel. You're going to do a linear regression. Now, I'm going to show you Desmos. If you copy the data, or you're probably going to wind up just adding it by hand on your phone, go to desmos.com, start graphing, and you can add a table, but what I'm going to do, because I've copied it, is I'm just going to paste it. But you can just do that add table and write the data directly. Now, let's name these to match. So this is D for diameter, and let's go with K for knot size. We know it's going to be a line, so the equation would look like y equals mx plus b, but it doesn't know what those are. So instead, we're going to do y is going to be k equals md plus b. So this is like y equals mx plus b. But because of the equal sign, it doesn't know how to handle this. If I make this a tilde, so I delete the equal sign, and I push the little squiggle that's usually in the upper left of the keyboard, what it does is it does the linear regression for us and makes this line. And you can see the slope, the y-intercept, and the r-squared value. Now we think this goes through 0, so I can make b 0, or I can just delete it completely, and that will give us about 0.89, which is what we got in class. Now, if you wanted to do this in Excel, what you would do is you would highlight the data, you would go to Insert, you would go to Charts, and you would pick a scatter graph. Now, I showed you in class how to add axes, but we're not printing this out. We just want the linear regression. So I'm going to right-click on a data point, add a trend line, linear, display equation on chart, display our squared value, and you can see this is y equals mx plus b. Again, I think it goes through 0, so I'm going to set the y-intercept to 0, and we get the same value for the slope as before. On your worksheet for each of those 3 graphs, you're going to record the slope and the y-intercept with units, and then you're going to try to make a word equation. So instead of y's and x's, you're going to use the actual words of the things. And with that equation, you're going to make a prediction or extrapolate the data or interpolate. So when it says interpolate, it just means plug into the word equation you got. Again, I'll go over this when I come back to school. Should be tomorrow. So it's not ideal, but it'll work. Feel free to email me if you have any questions.